Well, hello. Hello. So happy to have you with us. I had a couple of some technical difficulties, so what we're going to do is an audio video until we get better up and running. But let's get right down to it and into it for season 22 of The Bachelor with Arie. Hope you enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know if you can see yourself in any of these situations. Would love to hear from you. So the first person or woman that we see come out of the limo is Caroline, and he definitely seems to be taken by her. Moving forward, the third person we see coming out of the limo is Chelsea, whom he said was interesting. So we find this play out a little bit more a little later. We also see the cufflink girl. I believe she's known as CN later in the season. We'll probably be giving some people nicknames just until we get to know them a little bit better and more familiar with their names. But he seemed to really like her gift. And I thought that was quite thoughtful that she bought him a pair of cufflinks. Way to go to stick out, you know. One thing I thought was quite interesting is when Crystal came out of the limo, she's the health and fitness coach, and she did this exercise with him. It was quite interesting. She had him place his hand over his heart and repeat after her and say a few things. They were playing some sort of magical music, which I found quite funny, because usually when people start doing stuff like that, they tend to play that watch out, she's crazy music. So it was kind of funny that they decided to play some favorable music for her in the background, which actually clued me in to feel that perhaps, you know, she's going to be around for a little bit, that Crystal. So far, Arie is looking pretty personable and sweet. He's looking very in tune with how he feels about the woman, and seems like he knows what he's looking for. Tia comes out. She's in a beautiful green dress. She's from Arkansas, and I believe that she's friends with the previous a friend of hers is, I forget the girl's, Raven. She was on The Bachelor prior, and so she kind of has that little bit of an edge of kind of knowing what she's getting into as well. I believe it was Becca M who pulled up in a classic car, I believe, and so she immediately got his attention with that, and that was something that he was quite impressed with. Another thing I'm noticing about Arie is that he likes fashion. He says things like, oh, she's pretty, or, you know, I love your dress, and things like that. So you can tell that he's pretty much into fashion, and as we get into the season, you'll kind of see that. But he also appreciates beauty, which is nice. So putting on a nice dress for Arie will not go unnoticed. Yeah, I remember him saying, she's so pretty, about one of the girls who was in blue. Another one named Rebecca. It was so funny. She got him to propose, so to speak, on one knee. What a way to trick a guy. He also made the comment about Lauren S. that, you know, she's beautiful, that sort of thing. So there's a few women there that he is attracted to off the bat, not afraid to voice that in front of, you know, for all of us to hear. My impression so far in watching it is that I don't really see any standouts. A few women come to mind as standouts. You know, the one he said is so pretty. I believe that was Jenna. The first girl that came out the limo, Caroline, Becca. I believe Becca M, the short-haired girl, cufflink girl, and the little wiener girl. Someone made a comment about little wiener. And then, of course, the race car girl with the blonde hair. I believe her name is Markel. The bandit, Annalise. That was one that one. And then the one that he said is so interesting, Chelsea. Those are the ones that kind of come to mind. But to me, this season, I'm not really seeing any standouts, and I don't know. It's starting slow for me. I wonder how other people think that. But again, this is just the first episode. Also, I found interesting a topic of interracial dating came up tonight. I thought that was quite interesting. I believe there was also a weird Tinder comparison. I'm not really sure where that came from. We also see his first kiss. He went in for that kiss, and I thought that was pretty interesting. That was Brittany, and she landed the first kiss after seemingly crossing the finish line, even though she did not win. He still gave her that kiss. They were playing with those little miniature cars. We see he had a beautiful conversation, or I should say a meaningful conversation with Annalise, or AKA the Bandit. Let's see how far that gets her in this competition. Something else I noticed, which was interesting on a side note, was that we have new fonts. This season we have new fonts. The only thing is that the fonts that are used for the person's profession, they're a little different. They're a little narrow, so they're not as pronounced. So we don't really see that so much as well. And I guess that maybe that was done on purpose, but I feel like it's been a long time since they changed the fonts. And I also see a lot of new things going on. So I wonder if there's new producers or they're just trying to change it up a bit. But what a pleasant surprise, you know? Other thoughts that I have is that we did see that one-hand caress kiss with Chelsea. It was funny. They made a funny joke about Arie's kisses, and we saw. Slowly but surely, we see Chelsea becoming the most hated girl in the room, especially since she's rubbing it in their faces as she got more time with him and also received the first impression rose. I think Becca would have got the first impression rose if she only landed a kiss on Arie when they were sitting on that car. We see it go from 29 to 21 in the first impression rose. They clearly look tired. The girls have probably been shooting for 8 to 12 hours. It's light outside right now. They look tired, nervous, the works. We see Mikkel get the last rose. She looked disappointed to be the last person getting a rose, but the ones who did not stay were even more disappointed. So my thoughts are, would you rather have the last rose, or you rather be like Amber, who was clearly distraught? But hey, you risked. It didn't work out, but you didn't fail. Interesting previews into the next week. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye.